Hey, imaginary internet friends, welcome back. I'm Mild Kratz. Welcome here for the first time. Playing a game that the internet is telling me is just absolutely and completely broken. I've got about pretty close to 25 hours in it so far. And I notice what people are talking about. I see things wrong with this game. It's not perfect. I also don't think it's like the worst game in the world, and I don't think it's. I think it's getting an unfair bad rap. All right, but it's definitely not perfect either. Just gonna check some of my stream details. Last time it was saying it was playing. Yeah, that's weird. Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Apparently, there's just no 2018 in YouTube Live yet. Which, I mean, that's the first thing I've experienced that's broken about this game, so, you know, whatever. I'm being sarcastic, obviously, a little bit, but I honestly don't think this game is, like, super broken. What's up, Hunter? How's it going? So Hunter I've seen from My Summer Car, so he's going to spot probably some similarities to that game, and then also a lot of differences. Like this game's, for example, this game's easy, and it doesn't waste your time, and it doesn't make you try and pound your face against the keyboard. It kind of still does that because it is still kind of broken, but it's not a complete mess. All right, what am I fixing on this? Oh, gearbox problems. That should be easy. Maybe this is amongst the DLC, the day one DLC for this game, which I know no one's a big fan of day one DLC. This is the Mazda RX-7. You'll notice it's the car that Dom Toretto used to beat Paul Walker in the first Fast and the Furious movie. If you like those movies, I remember, like, I've watched the first two. I think the first two aren't terrible, and then after that they just get a little cheesy. I would still watch them, probably. I mean, they seem like they have an entertainment quality to them. Obviously, they're still making them. You don't let me... Nice, they're gonna let me reach the starter from in here. So, basically, everything that I'm doing right here and changing the gearbox would take me, probably half an hour or more. I'd probably be at about half an hour to 40 minutes worth of work in My Summer Car by now. So what's going on tonight, Hunter? Or I guess it's night wherever you are, probably, unless you're across the pond or something. Gearbox, that's what I was buying. I remember that now. So I know that the RX-7 has a rotary engine, but apparently all of that stuff is confined to, I think it was what, the clutch plate I need to buy? Yeah. Inside the actual engine itself. I mean, I'll admit, like, before playing My Summer Car, I knew pretty much nothing about cars. Now I feel like I know something about cars. Not a lot, but something. I think I need to replace that too, yeah. Whoops. By the way, since this game's come out, I think they've done 5 or 6 updates, and it's only been out for like maybe 5 or 6 days. They're very quickly trying to fix this game, and I've at least noticed that. I know people are saying some really mean things about this game and whatever, and like, admittedly, it's not done, and by the time it came out, it wasn't done either. They probably should have. The biggest problem that I'm seeing with this game is that it seems like they didn't alpha test. It's like, how do you release a game that's this buggy without anyone having noticed? And like, once you're past the tutorial, by the way, like, I think I mentioned this in the last stream, but I'm not sure so many people watched that. Once you're through the tutorial, the game becomes a lot more optimized, like, graphically and everything, and it's just a lot easier to play. But man, before you get through the tutorial, and maybe they've fixed that too, because I haven't bothered starting a new game, and I think even if I did, I would be able to skip the tutorial on it. Oh yeah, I should put the starter back in. It's always nice, as a mechanic, it's always your job to like put all the parts back, you know? I could see people being upset if you didn't. Alright, I think that's gonna do it. Look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at my parking lot here while there's still not much going on. I'm probably going to start flying through as many jobs as I can and trying to get back to. What I like to do is go, you can search the junkyards and stuff, and there's always cars there, but they're like the frames and the bodies in the junkyard aren't so great, so you end up not being able to like really fix those because I don't have access to like the car salon or anything right now. So here are the cars. I must have bought this RX-7. I don't remember that, but I think it must have been in a barn or something, so it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's got like pretty good body condition, especially by the time I'm going to have to put some new bumpers on it and stuff. This car's okay. I think these are all barn finds though, so the body work's not so bad. This truck I put together basically right before I went to work today. And I completely stripped all the bumpers and everything off of it and redid the suspension and everything. So, like, I don't know, this game could be certainly better optimized and whatever, like I'm saying, but it's definitely not unplayable. In fact, a lot of the glitches and things maybe people are complaining about tend to favor the player anyway. Like, a lot of the glitches will end up letting you get more money. Like, if I duplicate and sell the same parts kind of a lot. Oh, you can only see me on my stream. Well, that's problematic. Hey, good to let me know that, though. Hey, how about this? Hopefully that updates right away. Wow. What a noob. Alright. Huh, yeah, if I'd been paying attention to my own stream, I probably would have seen that, huh? Well, this is going to be an embarrassing episode. For the first 7.5 minutes, just you guys staring at a black screen and me telling you how awesome this game is that you guys can't see at all. Such an amateur. Thank you, Amber. Amber is a subscriber, a friend of mine. Is watching the stream right now, so this should all make a lot more sense now. So this is my garage. I'll probably have to go show you guys my cars again because, you know, embarrassingly, yeah. Oh my gosh. Embarrassingly, I was talking a lot about stuff that you guys weren't able to see. I don't like any of these orders, so I'm gonna drop all of them. I should probably do the story order. I don't really know what the difference is or what the story orders unlock or anything. So, as best I can tell, you have to do, after doing a certain number of orders, things will happen. It's like time progresses or something. And so, there's not one on the map right now, but what I'm basically trying to find is like a, eventually on the map there will be a teal colored button that says barn on it, and obviously that's just a barn, and within there I'm going to be able to find some better quality condition cars I can put back together. Okay, exhaust and transmission. I'll take this order because both of those things are pretty simple. This game's really fun until the point you get like where you basically are on an order and have to take a car almost entirely apart just because you can't find like the one piece you've yet to repair. There are some things that are helpful with that, like this test track over here. You can check your brakes and suspension and all that sort of thing. You can also go for a test drive, and I mean there are different diagnosis tools and things, not all of which I have unlocked, which isn't helpful, that you can use to try and fix this car. What am I doing? Okay, need to get this lifted here. You always tell a professional streamer when he goes, "What am I doing?" So the reason that you guys were just getting a blank screen is that the game was expecting, or my computer was rather expecting, to see Dream Daddy again, which is the most recent Let's Play I've done, and obviously this is not Dream Daddy. I'm going through Dream Daddy with one of my work friends, and I don't know if he's like trying to get into YouTube necessarily or whatever. I think he should, because he's kind of at least as interesting as I am, possibly more interesting. And what am I? Oh yeah, so okay, duh. This gearbox, I gotcha. This is a 4-cylinder, and you'll get to this gearbox basically by going through the wheel here. This is a front-wheel drive car, so yeah, that all makes sense. Cool. I probably don't even need to take that other side off. That brake's pretty messed up. Oh, I might, yeah, just because the gearbox has that through it, I'll probably still have to take the other wheel off too. So that's something that's kind of nice. I mean, it's kind of nice and not nice. They could definitely just make you... this game kind of pointlessly has a spec tree to it, which in terms of RPGs is like the higher level you get, the more perks you have. So that's why my guy unscrews all these parts so quickly. I think it's something like 150% regular speed at this point. But yeah, so that's just because I've been kind of no-lifing this game as much as I can in the last few days, and by which I mean like in between work too. So otherwise, I'd probably even be a higher level than this. I'm still trying to figure out. I haven't unlocked all the features of the game yet, even so. Trying to get through all of that. I don't think that's because this game is broken, but yeah, I haven't been able to access like basically the paint shop, or I mean it's called the car salon, so I don't know if that's where I would paint cars and presumably fix a lot of the body work, but I still haven't been able to go to the car salon, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's only accessed after a certain amount of time in the game. Okay, that wasn't necessarily the way you'd choose to do that, but it worked. Sorry, I'm trying to see how behind the stream is. The answer is about 15 seconds maybe. I think I'm realizing now this game is fun, but it's mostly just for my enjoyment. Like, I don't think, maybe because of how broken everyone's heard this game is, there aren't many people streaming it, which I thought in a way would be like, hey, maybe lots of people will watch this, but it's not really been the case. Like, most people are completely disinterested so far. I think anyone who wants to watch this type of gameplay wants to watch My Summer Car, is what it boils down to. I've got some new stuff I'm going to be playing though. I think I'll probably be getting into 5M, which is like a modification suite for GTA 5, which allows people to do role-playing, and so that would be something I'm interested in doing. And also just bought a game called House Party, which, I mean, people are probably familiar with too. Yeah, House Party is kind of a controversial game a little bit. It's almost slightly pornographic, basically, but that's why it got taken off of Steam and then put back onto it, just because. Oh, look, this is one of those weird glitches where this is my inventory right now. Like I'm saying, it's buggy, But basically this steering wheel got duplicated, I don't know, 20 times, so I just sold it. So I probably just made 2 or 3 grand just selling steering wheels right there. Alright. A cool feature to this game that I'm trying to use more is there's basically a shopping list, and as you're fixing things, basically it should be like, oh, rear muffler i4, I obviously need to buy one of those, so I can add it to a list, that shopping list up there, and then as you go, you know, that shopping list thing can be open in the store that I was just showing you guys. You'll check things off as you go and then basically get rid of them, but I don't know. I like wasting my own time, I guess. I think it's a neat feature, but at the same time it's not completely useful. Like, it's fine. You know, you'll live without it though. And I'm pretty sure I didn't put the starter back again. Or no, wait. Yeah, I didn't even really take the starter off, I don't think. Cool, look at that. That order went pretty quick. Do I have a barn yet? Nope. Alright, what other jobs do I have? Brakes, transmission, body parts. Alright, let's do the suspension order real quick. Suspension's also not particularly difficult. Probably easier to diagnose than engine, certainly. I was expecting to have an audience of at least 100 people and be constantly answering questions about this game, but it's just the 2 of you. So if you have any questions out there about this game, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just be working on this here suspension. Alright, so steering. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong here. At least it's all pretty obvious though. Alright, so let's let's peel all these front tires off here. Okay, cool. Looks like both interior and outer tie rods are screwed up. All the shock absorbers, front shock absorbers at least. Okay, no idea how cars are supposed to go together. Does this seem accurate? That's a question from Amber. I mean, the game is surprisingly accurate, but it also makes things look really simple, right? So, like, everything that's in here is for its own accuracy and everything. And I mean, this is generally how they work with suspension arms, sway bars, things like that. These are all like accurate parts. But that being said, obviously taking out those 2 bolts out of the backside of that caliper, in terms of doing that in real life, I've done that before, and I've had it take as much as like 45 minutes to an hour before, whereas I just did it there in 3 to 5 seconds. So a lot of these things, a lot of being a mechanic in general is like working through the difficulty of trying to reach some of these parts, especially trying to reach them with tools. And then, are there any back? Yeah, the back suspension stuff's messed up too. Okay. Yeah, and then, like, I don't know, it's just a lot of hard manual labor too, because the bolts don't crank out that easy every time either or anything. So, like, I don't know. This game makes it look really easy. I think my summer car makes it look more accurate, probably, in terms of how difficult it is to work on cars. Even that game, though, you don't feel like there's no chance of like stripping a bolt head or something. And if you do that, like in real life, it's very, very frustrating. Oh, that axle needs to be replaced anyway, so let's just take that out. Can't figure out why I can't take this off. Oh, there's probably yeah, there you go. Cool. This game is surprisingly accurate, though, in a lot of its, like, how this stuff works. Which is kind of fun, because, like, in a way, then, I feel like I could probably work on cars a little bit better now, or, like, have a better understanding. But I still wouldn't want to, necessarily. If it was all this easy, of course I'd love to do it. Nope. What? How is that being held in still? This guy? Yeah, probably. So this game does scale in kind of a fun way too, where it's like basically at the beginning, if you're playing this game, you'll be changing out one part or two, or like whatever, switching out a radiator and that sort of thing, and to the point now where it's like I'm basically rebuilding this car's suspension entirely. Actually, I can't figure out why. Oh, because I've got the sway bar link over here. So I'm thinking I shouldn't have to take all these parts off just to get that sway bar off here, but I'd for sure have to take this off at least. And that, yep, that freed it up. Cool. Cool. Anything else look real terrible in here? No, not really. Alright, let's go back to our shopping list and basically buy like one of everything. Nope. Alright, I don't remember. I think it was Knuckle C up front, and maybe Knuckle A in the back. Yeah, sure, that looks right. Although I don't remember if I really need to even replace both of those. I think I need one of those guys. One of these guys. That looks like a familiar part. Let's buy one of these. Why not? One of those. You always need rubber bushings, I think is what they're called. Yeah. You always need these. You might as well buy like 10 of them. And buy the small ones too. Sure. Like, that's the thing about this game right now. I'm just buying parts very frivolously, basically because, I mean, all the different glitches and problems with this game, again, favor the player for the most part, so I don't have a lot of problems with money right now. Like, I've got a little more than $200,000, and I can need an upper suspension arm. Now let's just get back into it. I'll find out all the stuff I missed here in just a second. Oh, well, it was Knuckle B for starters, so I didn't get very far. Okay, let's get 2 of those. I think another thing is that if you sell things back to the store immediately, you pretty much don't lose any money. And it might not even be like that you even have to do it right away either. So with there not being a lot of penalty to buying and then returning parts, as long as you have the money for it, you might as well just do it. Alright, cool. If I don't get a, I need to start working on, whoops, it's over here. The spring puller over here, I'm going to put together those. Okay, I didn't buy any front springs. That sounds right. Need to buy 2 of these, 2 of these. I'm going to work on putting together these front shocks. Whoops. Alright. Can't remember which front sway bar I needed either. So I might use that tool here in a second. Okay, I need that. Need a steering rack. Whoops. I need the tie rods. I'm remembering some of this stuff now. Might as well grab this shock absorber real quick. Cool. Oh, and start the other one. I feel like I'm not going super slow or explaining myself at all, so sorry about that. It's not like I'm really like speedrunning this game either, because you know, how would you speedrun a game like this? Whoops. Oh yeah, I'm putting that one together right now. I don't currently have it on me. So like doing these little missions and stuff is fine, but honestly the part of the game I really like is once I do find a project car and then I'm able to put it together like piece by piece basically. That's way more satisfying. So I'm hoping that happens soon, otherwise I don't know, I might go play House Party or something and figure that out. Or I could take recommendations if anyone's gonna move over to a different stream. Oh hey, I've got someone else in here now. How's it going? Oh yeah. Man, I know I forgot to buy something in there. At least a few somethings. So I'm trying to do this stream for... Oh, the other person's already gone, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I shan't explain myself. I didn't catch their attention in the first 15 seconds. I'm supposed to like take my shirt off or something. Actually, as a male streamer, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Like taking the shirt off is a very viable option for, you know, lady streamers maybe. If you're gonna be a whore. Where? Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is just front sway bar. It's not particularly descriptive. Triggered, LOL. Sorry about that, Amber. My bad. Lady streamers work just as hard as guys. Possibly even harder. Buy a few hubcaps. I put my other shock absorber in at this point, I think. That sounds right. Alright. Front sway bar. Let's hope I bought the right links. Nope, sure didn't. I swear these two things are the exact same thing, and the only reason they have this in here is that so you can like buy the wrong thing. Like, cause there's, I mean, maybe the size, maybe like that's the only difference I can think of between these two different sway bar front end links. Maybe it's like an exercise in frustration and realism that like it's very easy, I think, when repairing cars, working on cars, to order the wrong part. So everything's done by like part number and size and all this other stuff. But it's kind of needlessly frustrating. Like, I'm mostly playing this game to have fun. On the other hand, it is still a simulation too, so I guess like maybe they're right to do it. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, new person. Here to answer any questions you have about this game, seeing as how all the Steam reviews seem to say this game is just dog crap. And in my opinion, it's not. So, if you're just here to watch, I of course appreciate you, but if you have any questions, let me know. Glad to answer any of those if you're looking to buy this game. Because I would still recommend it. I know it's broken right now, but they're also, the developers are showing pretty strong signs of, hey, we're embarrassed by our product right now, we're going to fix it, we're going to make things better. And so I appreciate that as a gamer, because I've definitely bought a lot of games where people are like, well, you bought it and it's a piece of crap, but I mean, you're stuck with it at this point, so we already have our money, what are you going to do about it? That sort of thing. I think I'm ready to put these tires back on. Cool. everything's in order here, it looks like. So there's the DLC for this game is actually pretty cool. Dodge and Mazda both have DLC that, like, they have their cars in this game, so you can obviously, well, I don't know, I guess not obvious, because I think my screen was still down at the point I was trying to show you guys the Mazda RX-7 that I have. But there's the Mazda RX-7 in this game, as well as Mazda RX or MX-3, I forget. It's not the Miata, it's like an older 1970s car that I'm not familiar with, but whatever. I bought the Dodge one too, the Dodge DLC, which has the Dodge Charger and Dodge Challenger, and that's pretty sweet. I think it's got some other stuff too, but I haven't really explored all of it yet. Alright, need the back sway bars and shock absorbers. Whoops. I think this one was rear sway bar B. I'll probably be wrong about that, but that's okay. You guys wouldn't be here if you weren't obviously okay with wasting some of your time, so you guys can all watch me pick the wrong parts. Nope, I got it. Very cool. Very cool. I feel like I bought one of these, right? Yeah, look at that. I know I bought one of these. Okay, oh, I guess that one already has it on there. Oh, what else am I missing out here? Oh, I've got that. No, I added that already. This car is actually looking, I mean, close to done, right? Okay, this can go back in. Did I buy one of these? No, but I don't need to, it looks like. Did I take off? Oh, I must have taken off part of the exhaust at some point. I don't think I meant to do that. Okay. What about, did I buy all of these parts? Hey, good enough, right? Let's put this exhaust pipe back on. I didn't really mean to take off in the first place. What else? Okay, that needs to go back on. Is that it? I mean, it's letting me put the tire back on, which is a good sign. I feel like there was... no, it's letting me put the... well, it letting me put the brake isn't necessarily a sign of anything. There we go. The rear drive axle. I bought the wrong type. I bought this solid rear drive axle. I need to buy the not solid one, I guess. Yeah, just the regular rear drive axle. Hey, how's it going, Eric? If I'm pronouncing that right, I hope I am. If you have any questions about this game, man, fire away. I know a lot of people are really hesitant to buy it. Or maybe you're just here hanging out, and if that's true too, then hey, that's cool. I'm trying to get a cool car to completely work on here. This is just one that I'm fixing as part of an order. Oh, come on. So there's one part missing, and almost guaranteed. So this is what I'll do. I'll go ahead and put this on the test path. That's going to like basically stress test all the brakes and suspension systems here, which is pretty cool. That's not the thing I need to click on, it's this. Yeah, cool. And so this is going to like stress test everything and give me a readout as to what parts might be missing or damaged. And hopefully it's going to tell me. My guess is that it's some kind of rubber bushing or whatever, however that's pronounced, that is, I just haven't replaced yet. It's not like I don't have it necessarily. The fact that it's letting me put the car on the test path, though, is a good sign, because if there was something really messed up with the car, it'd be like, hey, you're missing this or that part. So the car is at least, you know, put together and drivable right now. And honestly, like, I mean, I don't know, how much can you complain? Look at those test results so far, it's not so bad. So can you sell the cars if they're still orders? No, they do have that figured out. I don't know if that was an existing problem or not, but no, you can't sell the cars if they're someone else's car. Like, this isn't my car, this is just like an order. So I think someone would be pretty mad if I just sold their car under their nose. I mean, I would be. Especially this is a really nice car. I don't know if I've actually seen this one so far. Is this an actual car? What's this called? Oh no, it's a Royale GTR. It's pretty sweet though. Alright, let's see if I can figure out what I'm missing or what I didn't do right. So I've got one part missing right now, which is super frustrating. Is there anything up here that looks out of place? I had thought, actually, so there was a problem, I don't know, at some point where, looks like a Mercedes, yeah, kind of. I was thinking it kind of looks like, oh, is it like Koenigstrasse or something? No, the, kind of looks like a Maserati of different sorts, too. I think I already replaced that anyway. Alright, if you guys see anything, go ahead and call it out, but this is where things might get a little, oh, there it is, right? Or no, that's not right. Oh, it's that wheel hub bearing right there. Alright, that's at least easy to get to. Except it wouldn't let me just reach it right there real quick. Was it this tire? I think it was the front. This one right here. Alright, so I should have this fixed in a jiff. Hopefully. I'll just take the, yep, I can do that, and yeah, there we go. That's almost certainly what was wrong. Cool. And so is anyone out there, like Eric, you look like you know at least a little bit about cars. If you played any of these games before, like there's a first one I have, it looks like it's 2014, and then I haven't bought one again until this year. I was actually like really excited about this one because I saw all the different like barn find stuff you could do, and then the release was a complete disaster. Oh my gosh. There's a rubber bushing missing somewhere from the car. Okay, cool. Probably back here. No, nope, that's all fine. Back here, back here. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Or there it's not, I guess, maybe. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a. I thought they'd make a kind of like a racing version of a car similar to this. Yeah, you're right. It's like that Mercedes, like that they take on the Nürburgring sometimes. Except it doesn't have a big goofy spoiler on it. Well, I'm sure they make like a production model of that car you're talking about too. Oh, all right. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around maybe. Anyone else out there got any questions about this game? Like, oh, this is a common and fun, frustrating thing that happens. Let's go ahead and save game and return to the menu real quick. Just kind of showing this game's pedigree of how it's not perfect. You guys could listen real quick to the awful menu music, though. I'm pretty sure they just had like Chad Kroeger from Nickelback come in and record like 30 seconds worth of power chords, and that's their title card music, but whatever. That's my biggest critique of this game, honestly, is that the title music is just really, I don't want to say that it's bad, it's just super bland and generic. It's just like completely uninteresting. So now that the game's actually like loaded and you guys can see it on the screen and everything, I guess this might be a decent opportunity. See if we can find a barn here real quick. Nope, still no barn. I'll get this order at least started. I'll take it. I'm gonna go out back into the parking lot or whatever and show you guys some of the stuff that I'm working on. Okay, for anyone who's been hanging around the stream, you're like pretty excited at this point because the first time I showed you guys any of this stuff, you guys were all just actually looking at a blank black screen. But this time, here you go. Here are the project cards we've got kind of lined up. I only got this one because it's in pretty good shape. Like, I don't know, I'm not particularly interested in this car that much. But 70% is about the best global body condition I've found on a car yet so far. And a lot of these like mismatching parts are just fenders I'm gonna have to replace anyway. So I'm hoping that, you know, by the time I'm able to like maybe paint some of these cars, that one will end up looking and selling okay. Here we have the Mazda RX-7. It's pretty awesome. Like I was saying, Mazda and Dodge both have a DLC for this game, and so yeah, that's like a pretty awesome one to have right there. I was hoping they would include like the RX-8 or something too, and they might as well for as, I mean, similar years those cars are. Although I think they still make the RX-8. And here is, it's just called the Smith 1500, but it's kind of a generic, just like rat rod truck you can put together. And yeah, I put this together in like the hour and a half before I went to work today, and completely like rebuilt it from parts. And so, I don't know, other than the fact that I can't paint it, it's actually in pretty good condition. Let me see. Yeah, 89% body condition and 100% or 99% global parts condition, which is kind of dumb because I mean, it should be 100. Whatever. Cool. Alright, let's head back inside and fix that car, see if we get to the point where I can at least search a barn and look for some new project vehicles. So I've got that stuff out there I could be working on, but I don't know. I kind of want to work on like an old muscle car, right? And like an RX-7's kind of like I don't know. It's a Japanese like rice car, or like whatever you would say. Rice tuner is the American people who don't like those kind of cars would say. And I don't have a problem with it, but it's just, it's also a rotary engine, which I know next to nothing about. And the time for looking like an idiot is not when you're on stream. Preferably. I mean, I'm going to anyway, but I'd like to minimize the amount that I look like an idiot. Plus, I'd just rather be working on something like this, like obviously a generic knockoff kind of like Trans Am. I guess they're calling it the Chieftain Bandit, which is kind of fun. It's the car basically from Smokey and the Bandit. I'm supposed to be working on what? The exhaust and the gearbox, right? Loud when accelerating, gearbox shifts rough, driver struggling to find gears. Okay. Let's just completely replace. Another thing that's kind of broken about this game and silly is that, like, if you just replace things on the car, any amount of money that you put into the car, the people will pay you back. I feel like in real life, if you take your car in to get it fixed, a mechanic fixes a bunch of things on it you didn't ask them to fix, you're probably not going to pay the mechanic for those things. You're going to have like a really awkward conversation with him. But this game doesn't operate with that understanding, so any amount of money, if you wanted to basically turn every single order that came in to your garage into a complete project car and just rebuild all of them, you could, but you'd basically be wasting your time. Unless you're just really bad at diagnosing, you know, vehicle repair issues. Alright. completely forget what I'm working on right now. I think it's probably a V8, right? Just can't remember if I needed to buy one of those or not. Alright, here's hoping. This game's also given me a lot of respect for like mechanics and like all the hard work they would do, and just all the differences in all the different types of engine. Like a 4-cylinder single overhead cam engine is way easier to put together than like a V8. Just, you know, there's way more moving parts and whatever on it, basically. Whoops. Wait, why is that still on there? Okay. Oh, so like tightened it back on, I think. Well, whatever. Alright, let's take that off. And that's what a lot of this game is for me, is like buying the wrong part and then having to go back and then, you know, buy the right one instead. Also, you get so many orders in this all the time. That's what that little like beep beep is or whatever, and that blue number with the 7 next to it. I basically have 7 orders waiting for me to go. There's basically no way to keep up with all the orders, and I don't understand. I mean, like, you're not also going to be able to like hire help or something, I don't think. Alright, so what's the condition they need this to be back to? Okay, 41%. So really, I can add this middle muffler back on. That's not a problem. Yeah, and this one. Oh, maybe it's the exhaust manifold? Or maybe it's already done. Cool. That one was super easy. I like exhaust and gearbox fixes. They're just super quick. Still no barn, huh? Alright, let's see what other kind of orders we got going on here. Like, I know that the barn thing doesn't happen all the time. I don't know if it like spawns randomly or based on a timer or based on the number of orders you've done. One thing I can tell you for sure though is that as soon as you start streaming a game and you want to show someone like an interesting feature about it, it'll never happen. So I'm hoping after I fix this one here, a barn will pop up and I'll be able to walk around and see what's in there. I could show you guys the junkyard too. Like, the junkyard's basically the same thing, other than you won't find, like, the barn find cars, like I said before, are just in significantly better shape. Brake problems. Alright. Brake jobs aren't particularly difficult either. Whoops. Especially, they beat you to death with all these different types of like brake missions in the beginning of the game. Plus, I mean, most people, I don't know, if you've ever worked on a car, if you've ever done work on your own car, it was probably changing the brake pads, possibly the brake calipers. So it's not a part of the car I guess people are particularly unfamiliar with. I'm just gonna buy all new brake stuff. I'm just gonna buy enough for everything. So I'm sure this has disc brakes in the back too. So I'm just gonna, yeah, buy enough supplies here. I won't have to mess around with this menu too much. Because not as though I don't feel like this menu isn't super exciting for everyone, but maybe it's not the most exciting part of this game. Which already isn't that exciting anyway, so I feel like I could be probably streaming PlayerUnknown Battleground right now, but I like, isn't everyone doing that though? Like that or Dream Daddy? Whoops. Okay. Neat. I don't know if it's coming through at all or not, the fact that I've done this so many times by now, but I know that wasn't a good starfish pattern to screw that tire back on. It's my bad, homie. That wasn't either. That's okay. Amber in the personal comments is asking if I've played PUBG yet, and the answer is of course. And I really like that game, but I'm not particularly great at it. I'm not terrible either, but I don't know. I could play that. I might play that some tonight or some tomorrow. There's a decent chance I'll stream more of it. There's just certain things I know about it. First of all, it's all PewDiePie is playing right now, and like, I feel like if PewDiePie is playing something, that's all anyone's actually watching. But I guess I don't know if he streams it or not. I know he does, like, he's done 5 or 6 episodes at this point. It's just like, hey, here's a match where I won or got in the top 10. Which, you know, cool. And this is just kind of what I felt like playing tonight too. So I don't know. Not that I don't love all my fans and everything and whatever, because I do. But sometimes I just want to play a game I want to play. Alright, is that everything? Part not discovered. My guess is it's one of the like brake controller parts here inside the hood. Let's take a look. Yep, looks like it's the pump. I think this is the module, and then right behind it should be the pump, and that looks pretty messed up, right? I thought about buying one of these. It's like these two parts pretty consistently you have to change. I hope this game isn't giving people the false impression too that like if their car breaks down I could come over and help them. I might be able to point at stuff better now and be like, hey, that looks wrong, but I sure wouldn't know how to change any of it. Alright, cool. Let's hope that's everything for this order. Alright, looks like I win again. I leveled up, so let me see what I can upgrade here real quick. I'm just going to do that. Upgrade faster walking. I feel like it takes forever to do anything in this game. Alright, finally a barn. Thank goodness. So fingers crossed we'll find something decent in here, and then I might actually have something to show you guys in terms of like completely stripping down a car and putting it back together. But who knows? Like I'm still gonna be somewhat picky about what I'm gonna take, even though I've got like more than $200,000. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, okay. Why can't I move? Wow, this game plays like early access. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, an El Camino. I got excited for a second because I thought this was like a Spectre fastback, which would have been really cool. It's like the Mustang generic equivalent in this game. Oh, this is like an actual Mazda. What's it called? This is the RX-3. It's kind of cool. Body's not in great shape, although a lot of the damage and stuff seems to be on the fenders, which should be replacing anyway. I'm sure the fact that it doesn't have doors probably doesn't make it in the best shape either. You know what? The parts of the car that I need actually aren't in that bad a shape, so cool. I'm going to buy this, and we'll even put it in the garage. Which means I might be working on a rotary engine tonight, which is kind of cool. Super exciting. Oh, so the other thing you'll do in the barn is the same as you do at the junkyard, which is like any of this stuff that's just labeled junk is basically like a lootable container, and you can go through it and loot it. What is this? The Salem Flamo. Yeah, see, this one's like not really in that much better condition than you would find, you know, for cars at the junkyard. I mean, somewhat. somewhat better. I don't particularly love it. What about this El Camino? It's not too bad. I mean, at 59% with some of the body panels and stuff missing, yeah, I'll buy it. Sure. Alright, let's go back and take a look at our RX-3. Ooh. I'm going to look through some of this junk though real quick. Let's see. Basically, with the junk, I'll always look for... muffler's not bad. But I'll always look for gearboxes, specifically turbochargers and superchargers, because there's at least a decent enough chance that I'm going to be able to repair those things and then sell them for, like, I don't know, 3 and 4 times as much. Which is like how you make a bunch of money in this game really quick. Alright, cool. I'll buy those parts. So the higher you level up in this game too, you can unlock perks that let you have a higher chance of being able to repair things. Like anything in your inventory you can try to repair for the most part. Some things you can't, like I don't know, I think they're trying to fix some of the issues with the game, but like you can't fix, you know, body fenders, things like that, or glass. I don't know if they intended for that to be the case or not. It's hard to tell what this game wants because it's so broken. But I don't know. Cool. It's a cute little car. I like it. I don't know the first thing about it. Oh, you know, I probably should have looked at the engine before I bought it too. But cool. I think what I'm going to do, I mean, you guys have watched me tool around with like the brakes and suspension and stuff or whatever. I'm gonna buy all the exterior little doohickeys and parts, and then I might call it a night here, and then go play, go stream something sort of more interesting. Okay. Oh, this game is, I mean, here's the thing, this game is really clunky. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. It's definitely, you know, somewhat messed up. But I don't think it's awful. Everyone's like saying, you know, in the reviews and whatever, like how awful it is and unoptimized and garbage. It's like there's an element of that, yeah. Actually, that's one of the worst things I've seen so far. Look at that Mazda logo. Like that looks pretty terrible. It's like they didn't get a scalable vector graphics model of the picture, so it's like super pixelated and shady. That looks really bad. Otherwise, though, this game ain't terrible. I mean, yeah. I'm probably gonna end up making a video defending this game here in the next couple days because I like it, and I'm sure like everyone else in the world like it. Of all the YouTube videos and stuff, people just making fun of it, and I think it deserves better than that. Alright, so this is as easy as like switching out parts is, though, which again, probably not super realistic, but it's pretty convenient. Alright, cool. And well, I'll pick out a nice fancy steering wheel here in a second too. Whoops, what am I doing? I already bought all the parts. I need to put them on the car. Just that. Cool. Cool. Oh, I didn't take this one out. That's alright. It's going to let me replace it anyway. See, great game. 10 out of 10. Take the front window out. Bumper. Headlights. Another reason I'm not going to stream much more tonight this game is that, I mean, really I need to level up my character on my own time and then come back to streaming. So I think that's part of the reason why I'm locked out from like the paint shop and the body shop and all those sort of things or whatever. Okay, cool. So otherwise, I mean, like, I could make this car really nice, but as is, I can only make it so nice. Oh yeah, I was gonna see about. I think I replaced. Apparently, I can't replace the front window. This is weird. There we go. Say I absolutely should be able to replace the front window. Man, I swear, like with everything they end up fixing in this game, they end up breaking something else. So I'm hopeful they will eventually get their act together, but it's really, I mean, they've got kind of an uphill battle, at least in terms of winning anyone else back. I knew I was gonna like this game regardless. Didn't I buy both mirrors for this car? Seems like a thing I would have done. Oh, interesting. So this car, huh? I mean, that was a thing back in the day for some cars. Like some of them only had one mirror. Like one, I mean, it's got two. It's got like that mirror there, but then it didn't have a passenger side mirror. Like that's, you know, standard on every car nowadays. But there was a time when it wasn't. And this car must be from that time. I feel like there's something missing there. Like, am I missing like the whole? Oh, I got you. The license plate was missing. Cool. That is something else that's kind of nice. You can actually put custom vanity license plates on here. So let me do that real quick. Get a nice custom vanity plate for this one. Let's go with RX3 Turd. I hope I didn't just offend everyone. Yeah, look at that. Fancy. Cool. So it doesn't seem like anyone's really dying to watch me stream this game, so I'll probably end up just like putting this car together in my own time, and I might start showcasing some of these cars in future streams, but I'm not gonna have you guys sit around and watch me completely rebuild these engines, especially when for the time being I don't really know how to rebuild a rotary engine, and I don't much feel like looking like an idiot tonight. So cool. I think I'm going to end the stream here tonight, and I might pick up another game, start streaming that. I'm thinking either PUBG or I want to try out that house party game, but I don't know. I might play a little bit solo first, so I know what level of inappropriate it is. It's not like my channel is completely squeaky clean, but I do like appealing to a bigger, group of people, and there's just not a lot of reason to be super blue all the time. There's too much of that in the world anyway. Anyway, cool. Thanks for stopping by my stream. Hope you had a decent time, and if you thought this was fun or cool or interesting or any of those things, check out my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that generic stuff every other YouTuber will tell you. Anyway, later.